expecting that everyone in Israel looked like me, the daughter of the offspring of Russian and Lithuanian Jews. Which could be farther from the truth, of course. Not only in terms of appearance, but also customs and cuisine and accents. So it's actually, I think, in some ways, more obviously diverse culture than areas of the United States. I mean, you might be in parts of the country that are predominantly Jewish, but still, you have a very, very recent influx of people from extremely different areas. And now you add to the mix all of the foreign workers who are creating their own subcultures in Israel now, Thai, Romanian, African, various African countries. So it's pretty, the word escapes me.
Yeah, I got it, diverse.
It's Sasgoni is the word in Hebrew. It means many-colored, but it doesn't sound as good in English.
Why did you choose the title, The Place Will Comfort You?
Originally, the collection was named after one of the stories, Anatiska Tender. And my editor pointed out that that's the sort of title that if you mentioned it in the crowd, you just get, it's called what? What? It's just because there's nothing in it that is recognizable or that meaningfully goes together on the first take or even second take. It has to mean something from the. You have to read the story first for it to happen. So we agreed that I needed to find another title for the collection. So it went through the stories. That's kind of my favorite way of doing things, is just picking out something that's naturally already there, and that seems to be a vital organ. It's as I'm sure you know, it's a salutation to the grieving when you enter a house that is sitting 7 days of mourning for close family. You're not supposed to say hello. You say or goodbye. The place will comfort you. The place, of course, stands for the place of Shekhinah, of what's the word? Providence? Is that the word?
The presence of God.
Presence of God. That your comfort will come from a higher place. But of course, it struck me that the place, is what everyone, not just the Zionists and founding the Jewish state, are after, coming to a locale that offers them a certain peace, and in terms of it being a central idea of the culture I was brought up in, it seemed as I said, like a vital organ of the collection. Like there's a lot pounding in there that has to do with the urges of single character in the book.
But nobody seems to find any comfort in this book.
Let me think. I'm going to do a quick run through. Let's see, who's happy? No, that's. You're probably right. But it is a salutation to the grieving. So what do you expect? Israel is a painful place that was founded, on top of a bleeding wound, and continues to bleed in all kinds of directions, and people turn to it for all kinds of reasons, good and bad. And there's this, this was not meant to be a Hallmark Hall of Fame production, So if it's not a particularly comforting read, honestly, it doesn't really bother me much.
Why do you choose to live in the United States?
This is where I am. I don't have a better answer than that. For now, this is where I am, and I think that we owe it to every place and to every life to try to form a bond with whatever place we're in. And honestly, my life was marked by so much back and forthing, maybe not in terms of quantitatively, but qualitatively, starting off in the United States as where I was born, and then moving here as a 3-year-old when I was already very conscious of the move, and then my family returning when I was 17. I feel that I want to try settling. I mean, to say that 20-something years into being here tells you something about, the viability of that desire. But I think for people like me, there can be a fear of becoming addicted to wanting to be elsewhere. So I'm trying out being here.
One of the major reasons that I live here is because it's easier. What role does ease play in your decision to live in the United States?
That's a tough one to answer because I never really experienced living in Israel as an adult. So I'm told it's not easy living there, and not for the obvious reasons of security threats, but economically things are tougher. But right now the economy is so crushing here that I don't know if right now I'm pregnant.
Got it. Are there any transcendent, non-rational things that you believe in?
Transcendent, non-rational things that I believe in.
Yeah.
Let me think about that a second. I'm totally irrational. I mean, that's the question. I don't think of myself as a rational being. Dangerous thing to think. This is something that I picked up in growing up in Israel. I seem to believe in the evil eye, even though I don't. It's not a religious thing, but I hate tempting fate. Always, I'll spit times or say bli ayin hara, barring the evil eye. If I could, that might be thing to state. So there's definitely that. I'm afraid of saying things are going well.
Are there any causes that you espouse?
Any causes that I espouse?
Yeah.
I think if causes that I espouse would be uh,